the schedule release, I got three things I want to hit. Number one, the kickoff game is going to be Eagles-Cowboys. No surprise. This is just the sixth time in the history of the kickoff game. This will be the 24th kickoff game since they started doing it this way. This will be just the sixth time a team coming off of a losing season is in the kickoff game. And just the third time, and I think about the last 20 years that it's happened. It happened a few times early, and then it hasn't happened a lot since. And the last time it happened was actually 4 years ago when the Cowboys were in it coming off of a losing season. So this is the second time it's happened with the Cowboys. It happened again 2 years before that when the Packers and Bears were playing in the hundreds in the opener for the 100th season of the NFL. Of course, there's a lot of nostalgia involved with the Packers and Bears, and the Packers still had Aaron Rodgers at the time. The NFL placing the Cowboys in this spot, not a huge surprise. It's, again, I think, a sign of the Cowboys brand being impervious to wins or losses. Is what annoys a lot of people about the Cowboys, but it is what it is. It's an appealing matchup because the Cowboys are going to have some new pieces out there. A new head coach and Brian Schottenheimer making his debut. George Pickens, Tyler Booker added to that offensive line. That's losing Zach Martin. Lots of storylines for the Cowboys, as there always are. And then you have the Eagles coming back off of a championship. The second thing I wanted to hit was the Saturday before Christmas. Now, this one's interesting. The NFL has given Fox a doubleheader that weekend. The Packers and Bears and the Eagles and Commanders will play that weekend. That, of course, could mean that those four teams play each other again in sort of the round robin format on Christmas Day, which is the 25th. Certainly, that'd be a possibility. Whether or not it happens, we'll see. But I think the big thing to look at with this one on that Saturday is the triple header for the college football playoff. And last year this happened, and I made this point last year, and I'll make it again. The NFL and college football need each other to be at their very best. The NFL and college football are probably the number one and number two sports in America right now, and there is a mutual benefit for those two sides playing ball with each other. I think it's ridiculous that they didn't play ball with each other last year. I think it's ridiculous that they're not playing ball with each other again this year. If it's me, I find a way to make this work. You can turn this into a huge event for the sport. Instead, they're butting heads with each other. They're going head to head, and it just makes zero sense. Again, college football benefits from the NFL's popularity in a lot of different ways. The NFL benefits from the college football even more so. It's a free minor league. It popularizes the draft. It gives the NFL ready-made stars. Guys like Cam Ward and Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders and Abdul Carter are entering the league now as household names. That doesn't happen if you don't have major college football at the level that it's at. These sides should be working together. They haven't, and it sucks. They could turn these days into celebrations of football. Instead, they have decided to put their heads down and run their heads into each other, and I just don't get it. And my third thing, this is sort of a look forward at the bigger schedule release on Wednesday. I am going to be interested to see how many teams are forced to do what the Jets did last year, what the Christmas teams did last year, which is play a gauntlet that the NFL said they would not impose on anybody just a few years ago, which is having to play 3 games in 10 days. Now, if you look at the Jets situation last year, they had to play in San Francisco in the opener on a Monday night. That means getting back in like mid-morning, like 7, 8 a.m. On Tuesday, coming off of that first game because you're going and traveling back cross-country from San Francisco to New York, then having to play at Nashville, having to play at Tennessee the following Sunday, and then having to play again on Thursday night. Jets people would tell you in an honest moment that had a massive impact on their team. They had to go to London in week 5, and it really took a chunk out of the team in general. And if you look at the way their season went, they started 2-1. Their next 10 games, they went 1-9. They fired their coach. A lot of things went haywire. It's a business, and the NFL can do what they want with these games. I would say that there's a point of diminishing returns. I think the Christmas teams felt it too. The Chiefs, not so much because they had clinched home field, and so they could go full bore and then kind of step back. And a lot of their starters wound up getting like a 25-day layoff because of the way that the schedule set up. But I do think that these things have an impact on the health of players, on the readiness of players, and whether or not players are at their best coming out of these situations. So again, that'll be an interesting thing to follow going forward.